Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. It's Mariel. I am super excited to be here. Actually, let me stop this. Your screen sharing. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen sharing because I want to see you guys. Hi, you guys. It's Mariel. I'm so excited to be here today. I had so much fun creating this presentation, this web class. It's all about sharing the truth. I want you to discover the truth and 3 secrets that have taken me years to put together, and so that you can start making 5-figure months. So if you want 5-figure months, if you want influence, then I am excited to share this this web class that I created for you. And I had so much fun putting this together because it really didn't feel, sometimes when you work on master classes or things like that, it's like, oh, what am I going to talk about? But I know exactly what I want to talk to you about, and I want to give you an entire framework. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we are going to get started. And if you are joining me live, I would love for you to say hello. If you are new into our group, then I want you, what? Things like that. It's like, oh, what am I going to talk about? So sorry, I was checking to make sure I was on there live. I'm here on Zoom today because that's the world that we live in, and there's so many different options, right? So I always like exploring. But I want to make sure that I answer all of your questions. If you are new to the group, I want to welcome you to the Modern Mystic Business Breakthrough Group. It's my passion to share this stuff with you and to help you grow, help you make money, help you, live the life of your dreams. So today's masterclass is called Discover the Truth and 3 Secrets to 5-Figure Months and Influence. And this is all possible without you having a fancy website, or even if you're just getting started on social media. Okay, so again, I'm excited that you're here. And before we begin, I just want to get one thing out of the way. This is not the type of web class where my goal is to just wow you with a whole bunch of figures and money, and although I will share stories with you, but sometimes you go to webinars or web classes where it's really just a sales class. That is not the purpose of this. Although I do have offers, and you will find a way to take it further with me if you want to do that. I really want to make sure I bring as much value to you as possible. So stay until the very end, because this is going to give you a grand big picture of what's going on and why things are not working for you. Okay, and exactly what to do. You'll be able to get started, and I'm going to be very transparent with you about everything. So if you failed at doing videos in the past, or live streams, or just putting yourself out there, I just want you to know it's not your fault. If you've been concerned in the past that you're not, very tech savvy, don't you worry about that at all. Neither was I. And I still am not completely tech savvy. If you think that you can't succeed at making 6 figures with your business because, the competition really seems steep, I really want you to hear me out on this, because this industry is just getting started. It's like the wild, wild west out there, it seems. You might think that you can't charge more than a couple $100s for your services. That is not true. I'm going to teach you how to do that. If you've ever thought that, that your fear of being visible and your inability to get out there and show people what you have has caused you to fail, then that you are probably right about. Okay, so many times, making money online as a coach or as a modern mystic, it really feels overwhelming, and it feels crazy and frustrating and scary, but if you just listen to me throughout this whole thing and you do this correctly, you can make a lot of money. And it will actually free up your time to become a virtual coach or an online coach. And that way, when you become that, you can spend more time with your, on your passion projects, write that book, spend time with your family, or really connecting with your customers, and like just really being present in your life. All right. That's what being an online coach and a virtual coach can really free you to do. And I truly believe that the best things in life really are the people that we love, the places that we visit, and the memories that we make. And everything should be designed. Your business should be designed so that you can have more of that, whichever order is most important to you. So here's the thing. What most people actually don't understand about making money online is that really it's designed to help you make more money in less time while giving your clients a better result. Okay, so this whole online coaching business that you see other people do, or that you may have already started and you just want to take it to the next level, it really is designed to give you more money, more freedom, and better results for your client. All three of those things. Okay, so all of the tasks that you used to spend so many time and invest all that time in really starts actually going down, in terms of like, you really don't have to spend all that time and energy anymore. Okay, because what you do is you create the systems that get those things done for you. Now, all accumulating all of this information and experience and has really taken a lot of trial and error for me. I've tested this not only on myself, but on my clients. I've worked with hundreds of people, and I'll tell you a little bit more about me. But my goal for this web class, like I said, is I want to show you how easily you can build your influence, attract your soulmate community. I want to teach you how to make $10,000 or more in your coaching business. Again, I want to give you the truth, and I want to be completely transparent with you so that you're not wondering if whether you're doing things right or not when you're trying something new. So who am I? So I'm Mariel. I've been in sales and I've been a sales and marketer. And there are my kids. They're asking for me. Yes, Nikki. Maybe you'll get to meet him. Honey, I'm on a call, baby. He stepped out for a little bit. He'll be right back. He'll be right back, okay? Yeah, in a minute I'll be right there, okay? Ask Bobby if he can help you. Thank you. Okay, so there you met Nikki. Nikki is this little monkey right here. This is little Bobby. That's my husband. And like I said, I've been in sales. I've been a marketer for over 15 years now. I hit 6 figures in my coaching business within the first 8 months of getting serious. And it took me a long time to actually get serious. So I'm a boy mom of 2. I do what I do. And I decided, once I got really serious about coaching online, I really did it so that I could be available for my kids, even if they're off from school today. But even if they bomb my webinars or my master classes, to me that's really like a luxury of being able to be around for them and designing my business. So I'm the CEO of Solidify Your Business, and people know me as the Business Alchemist. Why? Because I really combine the power of manifestation with real hardcore business strategies. So I'm your resource for manifesting, visibility, and business strategy that help you define and design your own version of happiness and what that looks like to you. For me, my goal has always been, I want to run my business from the comfort of my home, available for my kids, and on my own terms. That's really what's really important. So quick story, as a young mom, I wanted to work from home. Like I said, I wanted to be a virtual coach. I have half a dozen certifications as a coach, as a money mindset mentor, as a business coach, as a mindset coach. And it took me years to actually get really serious about wanting to succeed. And when I really did decide that I wanted to succeed, what happened is that I got this bad news that I had to have an operation. 6 months. And those 6 months leading from the time I was told about my brain tumor and my operation gave me the time to get really serious, focused, and and moving towards progress. It was a really scary time in my life, but it really gave me the opportunity to get serious, like I said, and to test things, and to see if everything I believed both about manifestation and business strategy worked. All right, so that's kind of where my lab was. So I call that time in my life, the time where shit hit the fan. I just didn't know how to do it, but I figured it out, and so can you. So what I've done is I've taken everything I've learned and I've turned it into the modern mystic business breakthrough framework. Excuse me. And this is where I map out the exact process that I've used to get to where I am today. Okay. So where am I today? So I've helped hundreds of women, like I said, worldwide, not worldwide. And I work about 16 hours a week. Again, like I said, I hit my first 6 figures in my first 8 months of business. After getting serious, I've stopped obsessing about my business, spending way too much time working, and away from my family, because now I really only do the things that I know will work instead of just like wasting time with inconsistent results. And again, I'm still growing, but I love sharing everything I learned. So what I do really well is I learn and I teach. I learn and teach, learn and teach. That's what has been the marker of my success. My why. So my why is really not about money, actually. I love making money and I love teaching women how to make money. But my why is my family, independence, freedom, living in my full potential moment by moment, and helping other people do the same. That's my true why. And how does this apply to you? So, as an online coach or a modern mystic or transformational expert coach, whatever you think of yourself as, you're really not expected to be an expert at marketing. Your focus is really about helping your customers and your clients. So, you spend all this time trying to learn how to help them, but then on the other end it's like, well, wow, I have to be this marketing expert as well, so it really catches people off guard a little bit. And I totally get that. You really want to lead, you want to influence, you want to coach, you want to launch your amazing programs, and I'm going to teach you what's required for that. Okay. So where do most modern mystics go wrong? All right. So for most coaches, transformational leaders, or modern mystics, they feel like there's a wall between, them and actually making money. And there's several different reasons for that, so they just feel like there's this wall, and in order for them to reach their customers, like, you may feel like it feels like you're just flinging things over that wall and hoping that someone's going to catch it. All right. Or you're throwing spaghetti at the wall, seeing what's going to stick. And I have to be honest, I've done that before. It feels like crap. I don't like it. And it just doesn't work very well. So here's what we're going to cover today. Today, we're going to cover 3 secrets. Okay. There's a lot to go over, but these 3 secrets I think are the most important. Why your current visibility strategy is hurting your business and costing you clients. I'm going to teach you how to make 10 times more profit and work 10 times less. And I'm going to help you simplify and perfect your client attraction process. All right. So secret number 1, your current visibility strategy is hurting your business and it's costing you money, because some people think that the only thing, they only need a lot of followers or a beautiful Instagram grid, and, or they need a lot of likes, which I call vanity likes. But last time I checked, you can't cash in likes at the bank. You can't cash in followers. And you really, the last time I saw a super beautiful Instagram grid, I just felt like that person was probably didn't have anything better to do. My Instagram does not have a perfect grid or anything like that. You don't need to have a ton of followers to make a lot of money. You just need to have the right people listening and communicating with you and connecting with you. Okay. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Some people think that being visible is sharing pretty posts. But if you're one of those people, I love that you share pretty posts because it helps inspire the world, and we need more inspiration than ever. However, these random acts of feel good content don't necessarily always lead, if ever, to a sale. And when you don't get those sales, you just get discouraged and give up eventually, right? So I call them random acts of feel good content. Some people think that if they get a high profile influencer to help them get followers, they're going to be insta famous and make insta money. If you've ever tried that, that's probably not going to happen. You can have joint ventures, and I can teach you a little bit about that. But, one person tweeting out or, is not going to do much for your bank account. All right. So may get you some followers. Maybe a follower or two will get interested in what you have to do, but not necessarily. All right. So some people think that if they sit there and they message a whole bunch of people, or I've done this and I know I've seen people do it all the time, they value bomb in groups, sharing what you do and how you help people, that someone is going to want their help. But this rarely ever works. And if you want to have more influence, you really do need to start being more visible, bringing value, and providing a path for your ideal clients to solve their problem. They need to know you. They need to know your energy. They need to like your energy, and they need to trust you from the heart and from their gut. Bottom line, okay? That is why, let me see. That is why the solution here for my very first secret for you is that you need to humanize your brand. Okay. What does that mean? Everybody out there that's trying to be a coach has their personal brand, right? And, a lot of us come from corporate. I did a year in corporate or year and a half, maybe 2. And it was crazy. It was hard for me. It's not what I love to do. But so you take that concept, that idea of that being that consultant, that corporate person, and really people, that's very hard to connect on a personal level, especially from the heart and the gut. So what you need to do is start humanizing your brand. And the solution is to do this with video, because video actually bridges the gap between the know, like, and trust factor better than any other media. In fact, I was just researching a lot about this, and I'm going to share, let me just share some data with you. Why does video work? It amplifies your energy, it amplifies your vibe, and your vibe, we all know, truly attracts your tribe, whether it sounds cliche or not. Why video? So according to the Global Web Index, there's a general appetite for video and live content, and specifically after the pandemic, it grew even more. So here's just some few statistics. 80% of consumers would rather watch a live video than read a blog. Video streaming is expected to account for 82% of all internet traffic in 2020. Consumers are 39% more likely to share video content. 42% of the US population live streamed online during content in 2018. 45% of consumers would pay for live exclusive videos from their favorite people. Millennials are the largest consumers and creators of live video. Facebook Live is the most commonly listed platform for live consumption, and 60% of the 100 most popular YouTube live streams happened in the past 2 years. So this is not something that is gonna go away, guys. If anything, this is only the beginning, because very soon they're gonna start unleashing virtual reality stuff. So it is really, really important to understand this concept, that the reason why video works is because it's the fastest path for people actually feeling your vibe, seeing your gestures, understanding who you are, how you move, how you communicate. That is the fastest path to bridge the gap between you and them. It's the second best thing to actually being in person with someone. So here's some key implications as well that I noted. And the coronavirus has actually sparked a massive jump in internet usage. Increased engagement with private channels is a trend that has continued and even gained some speed. Yeah, we know that. Let's see, live stream is set to leave a stamp on certain industries, especially when attitudes towards attending live events remain unsettled. So this was really very much about what's going on in terms of right now during the pandemic, which is, in 2020. So the solution here, guys, like I said, is to humanize your brand with embracing video and live streams. So this is really about content, connection, and confidence, not perfection. Perfection is not relatable. Authenticity is what is relatable. So here's a quick case study of someone that actually, Stephanie, I love Stephanie. She came to me, she's, just super awesome, so high vibe, beautiful, confident, and she was still struggling with getting visible. And she said that she would agonize for hours before actually posting. And after she actually went through my high-end mastermind, after she started going through our live video challenge, this woman, like, she just came out of her shell, and she just does the most amazing videos, and she fills up all of her masterminds and workshops. So she's doing great. This is another case study that I love. So Kim Mazzella, when she came to me, she had all this knowledge. She had written a book. She had all these exercises. She was actually used to doing a lot of workshops one-on-one and giving people psychic readings and coaching them. But she really didn't know how to actually start automating and bringing in more clients. So I remember when I first started working with her, she's like, okay, well, I trust you, but am I going to get clients from this? I said, yes, absolutely. And she's like, well, what am I going to have to do? I told her I'm going to help you get visible online and start doing some videos besides some other stuff that we were going to do. And she's like, oh my God, I can't do that. Are you kidding me? I can't do videos. Me do videos? And this woman, I'm telling you, I binge watch her stuff. It is so good. This is actually an older testimonial, but when we were still working together, she had already manifested 5 new high ticket clients just from her videos. We had not even scratched the surface of ads and Facebook ads or anything like that. So why is it so scary? It's so scary because it takes a lot of courage to show your dreams to someone else. Let's be honest, it just does. Whenever it's easy to show off someone else's cute words or their quotes, but when it comes to actually being vulnerable and sharing with people our dreams, our packages, our passions, it's hard, and I totally understand that. So the secret about using video is this. I call it the 3 C's, all right? And actually, these are pretty much in order of importance, all right? So content is queen. What you talk about or don't talk about is what's going to make you or break you. It's really not about your makeup or your hair or your Instagrammable house. It's not about that at all. It's about your content. So, that's one of the things that happens, that a lot of people see people doing live streams all over the place, and they go out there and they start doing them, but they have the wrong content, or they do it in the wrong order, and they lose people right away. Actually hurts your brand. Connection. You need to be able to connect. You need to be able to project. And that comes from confidence, and it comes from experience, and it comes from getting out there, getting out of your head, and becoming intentional, right? So it's those 3 things. It is not about perfection. Perfection is actually never going to happen, and it's not what people are actually attracted to. Because why? Because perfection really just is not relatable. So the content secret here that I want to give you today is that when you go, I encourage you to go live, of course. But I do encourage you to have the right content. Always ask yourself, what's in it for them? And what happens with modern mystics, transformational leaders, coaches, we get really woo-woo about our stuff, about our processes and our techniques and our meditations, and people are only interested in that. I would say not only, but I would say 70% of people are really interested in those techniques because they want to know how it's going to help them. Like, what's really in it for me? All right. So there's a few things, a few areas in life that people are really invested in finding solutions to. That's money, health, um, cleanliness, organization. Like there's all of these pockets. And when you can take your message and actually make it about them instead of about yourself or your philosophies alone, then you're going to connect at a much deeper level. Okay. Your content needs to also relate to your offer. All right. So if you go on live and you're just talking about your philosophies in life, but you have no offer, it's fine, but it's not going to get you clients. So you have to be able to connect that. And again, that takes you being really conscious and knowing what your offer is. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. And you need to make sure that you organize your content correctly. All right. So I always say you need to have an introduction. You need to tell people what the problem is or what's in it for them, why it's a problem, what happens when the problem is fixed. And then, give them 3 solutions. And among those solutions, one of them needs to be your call to action. It needs to be something that relates to your product. All right. So that's really important. It's very easy. Actually, the things that I teach my clients are very easy. The concepts, the mindset shifts, the strategies, even the tech pieces. Once you get over the hump, you're fine. So how do I get on video? So easy, you guys. All you do is you grab your iPhone. You do not need fancy cameras. You don't need a fancy office. I started in my kitchen. You don't need a beautiful backdrop. In fact, if you can, if your dog walks through or your kids, show up, that does not turn people off. That actually lets people know that you're a normal human being just like them. All right. Think of it this way. You are letting them into your life, and that is what matters. All right. So it does trigger the perfectionist in all of us, but the more comfortable you get about being yourself and letting people see your real life, the more comfortable and more trust they're going to have in you. Okay. So for example, so all you need is this, and you need to go like this. And you can find, I don't know where I left my little tripod, but you can just find a tripod and just start speaking into it. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be visible, saying the right things in the right order, and you're good to go. So who am I to shine though? Who am I to have my own show? I always tell everyone, like one of the tactics that I use in my mastermind is I help my clients get started by creating their signature show where they only show up once a week. All right. I teach this as a sliver of my mastermind, but I also, took that sliver and I let people actually buy the entire content and calendar that I created online. And I'll tell you more about that. But so one of those slivers is creating your signature show, and you do one show every single week, and you brand it, and that's all you have to do to get started. All right. So, but people always say, "Who am I to have a show? Who am I to shine? Who am I to tell people what to do?" But I love this quote because the better question is, who are you not to? This is by Marianne Williamson. Who am I to be brilliant and gorgeous and talented and fabulous? Well, actually, who are you not to be? Right? Who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and you have so many talents and so many gifts, and it's time for you to own them and let them be visible, right? So, but like I said, people wonder, I don't have a fancy backdrop. I don't have the fancy equipment. I was actually reading this book earlier this week, and it's called, it's actually called Rehumanize Your Business, but it's all about how personal videos accelerate sales and improve customer experience. And one of the things that really struck me is that it says that it's actually better when it's not so produced. It just, again, feels more relatable. So just slap on some lipstick, put on some eyelashes if you want, and that if that makes you happy and more confident, and go for it. Okay. Your face and your voice is what make your message effective. That's why video works. The end. All right. So secret number 2, how to make 10 times more profit and work 10 times less, you guys. This is so, so important, because why else are we in business if we don't want to make more money and work less so that we can be available to travel more and hang out with the people that we love and spend the money that we want to spend with the people that we love doing the things we want, right? So in this process, I want to let you know that in this secret, some people think that they should only have one single offer, and that is not true, okay? Because one size does not fit all. And for a long time, I thought that, oh, you have to have a high ticket offer and that's it. And absolutely not. That is not the truth. I actually learned that the hard way. And once I changed that, and I helped my clients change that, you actually give people an opportunity to meet them where they're at. Okay. So if you create a high ticket offer, and then you may not know exactly how to sell it. You may think that you need to just package your sessions, but then that doesn't free up your time, right? So you may have heard things like, oh, you just need to sell a master class online, but that takes a lot of complicated technology sometimes. So or you may hear people say like, oh, there's all these membership organizations, but if you don't have a huge email list, it's not going to work. So there's a lot of things being said out there by the gurus. There are different techniques, and what really doesn't serve anyone is that they only give you half-baked truths. All right. High ticket offers are amazing. I started with a high ticket offer, and I had to, it worked for me because I'm great at sales, and I knew how to do that. But you need to have the training to do that. I don't recommend having package sessions unless you love actually performing that, because they still don't liberate your time. But if it's something that, if your session is a reading or a Reiki healing session, and that is part of what you love to do, then obviously that's great. An entry-level offer, a tripwire, is amazing, but you have to have the tech for that. Okay, you have to know the basics of how to get that working for you. A membership organization, awesome, but that should be your chapter 5, not your chapter 1. Okay. So again, the gurus say all these things, and the truth is that it's very, very confusing. So it's confusing, and then it feels like, oh my God, I just feel like a chameleon in a box of Skittles. Who's ever felt like that? Have you ever felt like that? What's up, Bobby? Hold on one sec.
Can you set the sauna up like upstairs? Can you put the towel in between the?
I will help you right there.
Yeah, so I can clear my throat.
You got it, baby. So let's see.
Pause it for a second.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm back. Where was I? Coffee. All right, so what should you do? You need to overcome your fear and really step into what you were made to do. And I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that here with this next slide. So the solution is to create an offer value ladder, okay? So what you do is you take your signature system and you literally craft 3 separate offers that you can make money with. So awesome. I love doing this. This is what it looks like. And this is actually a way to appeal to your potential clients at different stages in their evolution and in their journey, really. So this is kind of what it looks like, all right? So what's a signature system? So if you don't know what a signature system, it's basically how you arrange all of your different the things that you use to work with. So for example, I took this picture because it reminded me of a signature system, right? And I have some other pictures I want to share with you. But let's just say you're an ice cream store. All right. So you need cones, you need ice cream, you need chocolate, you need all of these sprinkles, all these things are your ingredients. So your signature system is how you take those ingredients and how you actually arrange them. Okay. So you can create your offer ladder like this. For example, your entry level offer can be an ice cream cone. You have a mid-range offer, which can be this one right here, right? Doesn't this make you hungry? Like a little waffle with a cherry on top. And then you have your high ticket offer, which is this big bad boy right there. Yummy. So those are 3 offers using the same ingredients, all right? So now if you only had, a high ticket, this thing right here, well, you're not going to be able to serve the people that are trying to watch their figure or that are just really don't like all that sweetness, that they were just looking for something simple. So if you don't have this, you don't have a bridge between serving this person or this person. So these are just 3 ways that you can actually do that. All right, so you need to make sure that after you have your signature system, you have your offers, your 3 offers created, that you think of your business as a franchise instead of a hobby. And this is probably one of the biggest issues why people don't succeed in terms of coaching. They think of their business as this little hobby, this thing that they're going to work, that they're going to see if it works or not, when in fact, they really should be thinking that it's more like a franchise, right? Like you have to have operations, you need to understand your expenses, you need to understand your profit, you need to understand all of these different things in order to make it work. So let's just say, for example, your entry level offer is $27 and you automated it. So you obviously used some form of ads. So I use Facebook ads, for example, and you were able to sell one, where was it? 27 times 300. Is that right? Let me see if I did that right. Yeah. So if you were able to sell 300, which means just throughout that year 1, then you made 8,100. Your mid-range offer was $750 and you sold 20 of them. Then that's $15,000. And then you sold 17 high ticket offers. So if you take all of that, you definitely had a $75,000 to $100,000 year 1. All right. So that's how you do it, you guys. And especially because when you have this entry level offer, it's also building your list. It's bringing people into your funnel. All right. So why? Because it's helping you solve different aspects of someone's problem, of the same problem. And what you're doing is you're really attracting your community to you. So that's why that works. So that's an example. So now you may ask yourself, like, wouldn't I be diluting myself if I did all of this? And my perspective is absolutely not. You totally wouldn't, because you would be so crystal clear about what you need to be doing, and it would be actually feeding an entire machine instead of trying one single system or one single thing and then either burning out, or it doesn't work, or it just you don't have that consistency that you want. And this is the problem with what the gurus are saying. They're telling you their system is the right one. Just try organic, or just try ads, or just try high ticket. And I am here to tell you that that's all BS. You need to have you need to have a little bit of all of them. Just kind of like, if you buy a franchise, they already know how to bring clients in, because they know what kind of marketing, and they don't just do one kind of marketing. They probably do a couple different things that feed their brand, that feed their business. It's the same exact thing. You need to actually be able to build a machine in order to have a consistent revenue. And I'm here to tell you that it's so important to build the complete thing, even if you don't necessarily go all out. Okay, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. So when you have a value ladder, this really gives you a competitive edge. It allows you to provide the best experience possible. You get the mindset of still helping people who may not be able to afford your services otherwise. All right. And then you also have the confidence in your packages, because it really allows for your personal growth and to help other people out. So that's one of the reasons why I love it. So here's one way that you can see it. All right. So Linda's a relationship coach. She offered a $47 class. She called it Learn 3 Secrets to Tarot Masterclass. She sold 30 of those in 1 month. All right. Just selling one a day online, automated through very small Facebook ads. All right. So out of these 30 sales, it turned into 4 of her Heal Your Broken Heart online program. She was only selling this for $9.97, and 2 out of those people actually joined her 6-month program, which was 4,300 Manifest a Magical Marriage Mastermind. So I want you to notice how she has 3 different products, all in terms of relationship. And this is a great example of the offer ladder, okay, and how it works. So just in that alone, that's about 8,000, 4,000, 12,000. So you're talking about $13,000 a month in just that, okay? So had she not had that $47 piece, that $47 tripwire, which actually paid for her ad spend and still made her some money, then she probably wouldn't have been able to get any of the other sales. Okay. So the truth is that clients are more likely to find an option that fits their needs, and they'll remain clients if they find something. Why? Because they're just more emotionally invested. Your tribe is going to be more emotionally invested in you if they have already been a client of yours, even if that meant them only spending $47. Okay. So this is kind of what it looks like. Don't let this scare you. So your value ladder, it starts with your videos, your freebie, which are your freebie. And then you have that lowest price offer. You have a middle range offer, and you have your high end offer. All right. So like my lowest price offer is your signature show system. I have that. That's $27. It gives someone the full content calendar on how to start 52 episodes to get your branded signature show every single week done. All right. So it teaches you an entire framework. So easy. It's an easy and it's an easy yes. So it's $27. Then there's a middle of the road offer. And that for me is visibility and clients unleashed. very middle of the road. It gets you started. It gets you going. And then I have my high-end offer, the Modern Mystic Business Breakthrough, which is anywhere between a 3-month and a 6-month program. I have two different options for that. All right, so each one of these leads to the other. And then you have a referral-based business where people are constantly feeding you referrals. So that's how this works. Now, this high-end offer can also be an evergreen mastermind. And if you're interested in learning what that is, I'm happy to give you more info, but I just wanted to give you an example of what this looks like, all right? So secret number 3 is, all right, so now you know that you need to be visible. You need to be able to have amazing content that brings people value, but also content that brings them a way of saying yes to you. So you need to be able to make those offers. Therefore, you need to have offers for them to say yes to. And it's not just one size fits all. So don't listen to the gurus when they say, just do high ticket and that's it. It's all very well-meaning. I mean, people really want you to succeed. And unfortunately, people think that if you do more than one thing or create, more than one thing, you're not going to succeed at what they're teaching you. And the problem with this is that you do need the whole thing in order to succeed, and you need to create it once, have your machine, it's like a car, and learn how to drive it and grow it. Okay. Otherwise, it's like having a car and only having, 2 or 3 tires and driving it that way. Doesn't work. It's not fun. So now let's talk about how to simplify and perfect your soulmate client attraction process. And many people think that, how am I going to do that? I'm just not good at technical stuff, or, I was one of those people that I was so scared of like tech stuff. And, I felt like, oh my God, I didn't even know how to set up my email. I don't even know how to do, basic things. They kind of scare me, intimidate me. So a lot of people, especially modern mystics and spiritual entrepreneurs, are very right-brained people, okay? And so they get totally intimidated by technology. Don't let that happen, and I'll tell you why. Or you may have heard that organic social media is the way to go, or just do a funnel, and that just doesn't work. Each one of these pieces, if you do them on their own, are not going to work. They only work in certain circumstances, okay? Online funnel, great. But if that's your only source of income at the beginning, you're gonna have to have a lot of startup money, and you're gonna have to know all this tech stuff, all right? So organic social media, eventually, you're going to need to invest in ads. And that is just the reality. Background. So when I was actually first starting out as a coach, I was trying out all the things that, that people try out when they're desperate for new clients, to be honest with you. Things like blogging, joining groups, all kinds of programs, networking in person, which at first I loved. And then I was like so over it. I hated leaving my kids and not being there for dinner and bedtime. And honestly, just sacrificing my high-end prices in the name of a sale just wasn't fun. It was totally exhausting. So everything I'm telling you here is what really made the difference for me. Okay. So I was doing all kinds of exhausting things. And one of the things that I realized was that I needed to balance, and this is such a big secret to manifestation. You need to balance your effort with the art of surrender. And hi, Nikki. Where's Bobby? He's in the bath, honey, in my room. Okay. So you need to balance your effort and the energy you're exerting and putting out in the world with the art of surrender. And this is why I feel like it's so important to get the whole package done, right? To actually create those 3 offers, create the automated pieces along with the organic pieces, while you are, and doing it in a certain sequence where it doesn't feel like confusing and overwhelming. Why? Because balancing your effort as an entrepreneur with the art of surrender is key to manifesting, okay? And not just making shit happen. because you can very easily go into, I just need to make shit happen. I need to make things happen. I need to make things happen. And you burn out. And that is just not fun, and it's not sustainable. Okay. So it's really, really important. All right, so you're probably asking, like, what is this dream client attraction experience? And you guys, it's a sales process. It's this process that I told you before. You know, it's a pre-designed, choreographed journey that includes a few short systems so that you can master your client experience. That's what it is. It's building the whole thing, not just, you know, doing one thing at a time. It's really about having that full car ready to be driven. So this is kind of what it looks like. All right. So let me see if I left anything. I don't think so, but this is what you need to have. This is what the car looks like for predictable and consistent clients. You have your free content that's value driven and where you can make offers. That's your videos, your live stream once a week. And you can actually turn that into 3 other videos. I actually have a small program where I can teach you how to do that. But what do? You learn the basic of Facebook ads. Facebook is still king of the castle. I mean, you can find anyone there. And this was so hard for me to understand and to want to sink my teeth into. I hired so many people to do this for me, and they all failed. Why? Because I wasn't 100% intentional about knowing exactly what it was. I'm telling you, it is so important to know the basics of this and how to run a basic $5, $10 ad. So important. If you don't know this, you are going to suffer in your business. That's bottom line. And this is coming from someone that didn't want to do it and hired everyone out. And until I learned how to do it myself, nothing changed. And once you learn how to do the basics, then you can outsource it. But you know how to do it. You know how to do your targeting. You know who exactly your client is. And once you do that, you actually, with this system, you get your Facebook ads covered and paid for with that very small offer that you create on the front end. Okay. So this is how everything feeds each other. So Facebook ad goes to your entry level offer, which for me is your signature show program. You can check that out actually at yoursignatureshow.com. So you can see how I did all that. And then from there, you have a Facebook group. This is your community of engaged fans. And let me tell you, this is not about you having thousands and thousands of people. It's about you having the right people and building the right relationship with them. Okay. This is, you may not have anyone at first, but then you have 20 people, then that turns into 30 people, then it turns into 300, then you have 400 people, and then that will just continue multiplying. Again, that was one of those things that I hesitated to do for a really long time. And I wish I would have gotten started a lot sooner. But because now I actually love it. I love my Modern Mystic Business Breakthrough Group. And then your live videos are always feeding your booking calendar. You know, your calls to action are getting people on the phone with you. And this is where you decide what program or what product is good for each person. All right. So again, after they book, through your link, there's an application where you pre-qualify so that you can make sure you're only speaking to people that are qualified to work with you, people that can say yes to you, people that know that there is an investment to be made, and they answer a few questions, and then you get on a phone call, which is a breakthrough call or a discovery call, however you want to call it. This is the whole system, you guys. So some spiritual entrepreneurs or coaches may feel like, with Mariel, this really feels like a lot of moving pieces. I honestly don't believe in my ability to set up the tech or, have the money for ads. I want simplicity. And here's why it simply isn't true that you don't have what it takes. I know you can do this, because if I can do it, you can do it. And I don't know anybody who had more resistance to tech and ads than myself. So you have to understand that lots of resistance shows up when you are about to change your life. Okay. When it comes to charging your worth, when it comes to manifesting total lifestyle freedom, your negative ego is going to feed you a bunch of BS. Okay. Your money mindset issues are going to pop up, and they are normal. You know, that you are going to hear, oh, who's going to pay for that? No one's going to pay me that much. I don't even know how to have an online course. But let me just say that in order to make this work, you can still be a one-on-one coach. You don't have to have any type of online course in order to have all of this done. This is actually pretty low tech, believe it or not. So what you have going for you at the very beginning of your coaching career is your time, right? But this is basically what I just showed you, that little funnel. That's just your marketing machine. All right. Whether you want to deliver your transformation via sessions, you know, one-on-one with you, or you know, have an online library of resources for people, that's fine. But what you have going for you at the beginning is your time. All right. So some people actually, you know, fear making money and being successful. You know, they feel they think things like, you know, is this going to change me? Will I still be liked? What will happen if in my relationship when I really start making more money? What if I fail? You know, will I be kicked out of the tribe? All of those things are, you know, part of things that we ask ourselves, right? So some business owners may even think or say, you know, I'm not really ready for ads. I don't even want that. And I can't, I'm telling you, I'm so passionate about this because for the longest time, that was me. And let me just tell you that you are. You are. And if you don't start, I wish I would have started a lot sooner. But you know, I don't regret everything I did. I've done pretty well, but I wish I would have started a lot sooner. And I wish that I would have learned it before I ever outsourced it. So, you know, this is learning the basics and the foundations of ads, and Facebook ads for that matter, is really a gift to your business and to your family, because that is the way that you can scale. And you don't need to get to a certain level to start thinking bigger and acting bigger. All about embodiment, right? So that this is the way how you can actually get advertising that pays for itself. So take your passion and persistence, dig into your why, and you will find the strength to set up one system right after the other, step by step. Okay, so it's called Grit. I just read this book called Grit, and I'm like, oh, that's so good. You know, we have to use our superpowers to develop more grit. Because let's be honest, you know, smudging and wishing and hoping is not necessarily a recipe for business, for success in business. Grit is really about working on something you care about so much, okay, that you are willing to stay loyal to it. All right. It's about working on something that you care so much that you're willing to stay loyal to it. So combine the power of manifestation and grit to succeed, and you will be amazing. And the truth is, you guys, that this is not rocket science. All right. So the tech needed to get all of this done is really not designed. It's designed for everyday people. It's not designed for engineers or, you know, computer scientists on their own. It's not like that. So you just have to, get good at observing the resistance that you feel, because I'm telling you, modern mystics, spiritual entrepreneurs, coaches, people who are very highly intuitive have issues with this type of thing. You have so many ideas. You have, you don't want to deal with all that tech. And let me tell you that that resistance is just part of the growth process, right? But learning how to observe the resistance and following through anyways is how you're going to do it, because You have the capacity in you to do everything and to implement these systems. And I'm not saying you have to be an online marketer, but what I am saying is that it's like buying a franchise, right? Like you buy that 7-Eleven or you buy that Subway, you need to learn how it works, how each piece works, and then you can outsource it later. You're going to hire people to help you, but if you don't know how it works and what the machine does for each thing, then your business is it's just gonna be very slow, and it's not going to work long term. That's just the truth. So again, fairy dust and candle burning can't get it done for us. Faith and action can, and staying in action. So with this, by doing these things, by thinking bigger and thinking outside the box and actually implementing these systems, you're actually going to give your business an actual shot. You're going to get out of learning mode. You need to get out of learning mode, because that's one of the things that I see, impacts people the most. It's like, you get into this learning mode without ever earning, and that's not good. So stop waiting for your business to fix itself. It just won't. And stop building your car halfway, or people don't buy half a franchise, they buy the whole thing. So you have to make a decision on whether your business is a hobby or if you really want it to be a viable business. So some people also, so let me talk about this piece right here. So the most important thing, now that I've kind of given you an overall perspective, is to understand your overall strategy. Understand what your business looks like or should look like from bird's eye view perspective. What is this car supposed to look like, right? While a team has to do a lot of things well, figuring out the overarching vision is of utmost importance. This is Coach Wooden who said that. So, and it's the same thing for us, right? Like you need to understand what it looks like. And when you're inside the struggle and you're first getting started, it's very hard. So think of it, and I really love the analogy of the franchise. Think of your business as a franchise, as a real business that has to have different components in order to be operable, okay? Use the right tools, optimize, repeat, fail, fix, repeat. That's how it works. So here's some of my tool stack that I use in my business. I left actually one out, but it just depends. Again, I have different ways that I work with people. It depends on where you are at. So in order to build the whole thing, I use Acuity as a scheduler, Stripe to take payment, ClickFunnels to set up a simple funnel, Active Campaign for automations, Facebook ads, and also Kajabi. Kajabi, actually, I use that when somebody is just getting started because it's so simple to use. And then once you're already, you already have your first few clients, then, we can start using and substituting some of this other stuff. Again, the website, the fancy website, all of that stuff is not what makes your business. It's relationships make your business. It's the simple systems in the background that actually aren't that much money at all, but they liberate you and they work behind the scenes to make you money. That's what really is going to help your business. So again, this was the the predictable and consistent client method. I'll show you this. So you guys, I've talked a lot. Let me have a drink here for my coffee. So I encourage you to ask me questions. I will be reading through all of these comments and answering questions. I hope you are, enjoying this web class. Let me know if you are. Send me an emoji. And, we've covered these 3 secrets, why your current visibility strategy is hurting your business and costing you clients, how to make 10 times more profit and work 10 times less. That's by designing your offer ladder correctly, implementing it from the very beginning and driving it. That's your baby. That's your car, right? And how to simplify and perfect your client attraction process. you will build it and they will come. Do it correctly, do it once, learn the basics of the whole thing, and let your business grow instead of just focusing one thing at a time and taking years. Money is a renewable resource, time is not. And I wish somebody would have drilled this into my head before, but you get to where you get to when you need to get to, I guess, sometimes too. So who wants to take things to the next level? If you want to take things to the next level, I encourage you to get on a breakthrough call with me, either with myself or someone with my team. And let me just tell you this about breakthrough calls. Learning the art of sales is one of my favorite things. There's two things that I absolutely love teaching, and that's I love teaching women how to get visible and do their videos because I see how empowered they get. One of my private VIP clients, I just started, she's the founder of a big corporation actually, and I just started teaching her how to create videos. And this woman is super powerful, but she was so nervous about doing it. And as soon as I taught her the basics and the foundations to this, I mean, her confidence is just like, she's amazing. Her videos are great. She actually just entered a contest, and she's like winning this, and that was actually her first video that she created, and now she's winning like this she's gotten to the next level of the contest and winning a grant and all this stuff. So I love teaching women how to get visible on video, and I love teaching them about the art of sales. All right, so the sale and the art of sales happens during the discovery call, and a lot of people shrink back from that, and I love doing discovery calls because I love helping people, and it's something that I love doing. But you don't have to do your own discovery calls, you guys. If you like and prefer having that velvet rope experience, you can have other people do your discovery calls. But in order to do that, you have to have leads, all right? If you do not have leads, it's because you don't have a marketing system. And this is what I'm teaching you here to do. Now, I wanted to give you a bird's eye view of what this needs to look like in order for you to have consistent cash flow in your business. Now, you could probably take all of this and start implementing it, but it would be really overwhelming to implement it on your own. And I'm just telling you that it's not easy. And if you try to implement all of this on your own, it may take you years. And so, I don't recommend doing it all on your own because I don't even know how you could. There's so many little moving pieces. While they're simple, it needs to be very focused action. So, but I did want to share with you the truth about what's needed. So I am introducing to you my new program. It's called the Modern Mystic Business Breakthrough. And this is all about automated abundance and clients. And it's really about, this is actually my high ticket program, my big program where, it's anywhere between 3 months and 6 months, depending on where you are at. And it's meant to create the whole enchilada. Now, is this my only program? No, I also have, Unleash Your Visibility and Clients, which is my mid-range offer. All right. I also have Your Signature Show, where you can just get that for $27 and learn how to create your signature show once a week. If you're interested in that, you can go to yoursignatureshow.com. So I want you to see how that works and how I created that as well. So if you're interested in learning and have someone actually take you by the hand, step by step, to setting this whole thing up, then I encourage you to get on a phone call with myself or one of my team members. And in this program, you are going to develop complete confidence in your offers, yourself, and your sales ability, so that you can create the systems that you need to make $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. And we'll also design that entire and hold your hand through that entire creation, all the tech, putting together the copy, learning the basics about Facebook ads. Once you have this whole thing created and done, that's it. You can outsource it, but you'll be able to outsource it because you'll be able to afford to outsource it. Okay. So real briefly, this is what you're going to get. There's 12 weeks in. That's obviously my 3-month process. And then there's my 6-month process. So here's, you get your big planning your big vision, designing your offer ladder, sales copy done right, making money on the back end, the fun front end, which is a 30-day video challenge, learning how to sell your stuff, creating that recurring and passive income with ads, succeeding with paid traffic, selling organically on social, working those videos, closing clients and outsourcing sales, and letting the world tell you how freaking amazing you are, because you absolutely are. Okay. So, and once you complete all of those, you're literally going to have a marketing machine, and you're going to do what you do best, which is inspire others by doing what inspires you. And that's why you are here. So this is for you. If you are a leader, if you are a soulful entrepreneur, if you are an expert, and if you want to become known as the go-to expert in your niche, if you really want to help other people change their lives and their work, and if you really, through whatever you do, and if you want to change your own life and you want to live a more prosperous, freedom-based lifestyle, this is the process that you need to implement. So that's it, you guys. So I am super excited to have been here with you guys live. Again, there is always a starting point for everyone. So no matter where you're at right now, there is something you can do today to move forward. And I know this may all sound or seem like, oh my God, this is a lot. It may be hard, but it is not. It's hard when you have no clarity. It's hard when you try something and it works once and then it doesn't work again. It's hard. It's harder to give something your all. You may have tried programs before that didn't necessarily do anything for you. But what needs to happen for you in order for you to succeed is you need to make a choice. You need to have a starting point, and you need to be able to honestly ask yourself, if you really want this to work or not. Because I also see a lot of people, just doing it for fun, and eventually that also becomes exhausting, because in the back of their mind or in their hearts, they actually want to make a lot of money, but they're not really ready to make that money. And so they don't do the things that they need to do, right? So make up your mind, make up your choice, ask yourself, why you want this. And if you are ready to actually get it all done, I recommend creating your machine and then learning how to drive it. And that's the best way that I could describe it, you guys. So if you want to get on a phone call with me, you can go to marielalvarado.com/call. I will post the link here as well. And I can tell you which one of my offers or which one of my programs is actually best suited depending on what stage you are at. And you can always check out my yoursignatureshow.com. And that's if you want to just get started and start your very own signature live stream show by going live once a week. All right, you guys. So I love you guys. I will see you guys later. Mwah. Peace out.